Brisbane. It's the capital city of the state of Queensland. It has a very pleasant subtropical climate and it's home to many delights, including a very unique bar which recently celebrated its first birthday. On my way to the Manabar, which in case you are unaware, is a video game and sort of geek and general themed bar here in Brisbane. There's one about to be opened in Melbourne as well. This is a bar very literally built for gamers by gamers, owned by Yug, who for many years now has been known to the Australian gaming community as one of the guys behind the AustralianGamer.com website. Yahtzee, whom I feel safe in assuming that all my viewers will know as the Zero Punctuation Guy, with Praz and Shay as the guys who actually know what they're doing when it comes to business and actually running a bar. As a side note, Shay once drunkenly promised to name a cocktail after me. He has yet to fulfill his word. And on the night I attended, my booze-based needs were expertly attended by bartender Tony, who I'm told won the job for not only being a very good booze jockey, but also by owning the other guys in a game of Street Fighter to prove his mettle as a gamer. The bar itself is small but not cramped. It has cabinets filled with gaming memorabilia and of course several consoles set up for some multiplayer fun with your friends. But enough introductions. Now, seeing as the Manabar frustratingly opened up just after I moved away from Brisbane, my recent trip up there was my first chance to actually experience the place for myself, and my self-imposed challenge was to drink at least one of each of the specially created video game themed cocktails and shots on the Manabar specialty menu. This dangerous journey was begun by making sure I had full health bars, of course, by ordering up a health potion. The health potion contains rum, amaretto, fresh squeezed lemon juice and a splash of triple sec and cranberry juice, and it was very, very tasty. A good drink to start on really. It wasn't too sweet, not too dry, it was simply a very pleasant tasting drink to quietly sip on and soak up the gaming ambience and watch the gradually gathering gamers pour through the door. And what better way to follow up a health potion than with the mana potion? Vodka, apple presse, blue curacao, lime juice and sparkling white wine. It was actually the perfect complement to the health potion. Again, with a gentle, welcoming taste that wasn't too aggressive and just tasted lovely and a little bit sweet. Next up, the drink with what may be my favourite gaming pun drink name, the Ocarina of Lime. Once more, Bacardi Superior Rum visits me this time with lime juice and fresh mint leaves, brown sugar for sweetness and to balance out the mint, and livened up with some sparkling water. Now, for my tastes, it was a bit too minty, but it was still tasty, and I very much enjoyed sampling a combination that may not have ordinarily had me ordering it. Angel Island was next, and this was a drink I was absolutely sure I was going to love, as it has some of my favourite tastes, including passion fruit pulp, soda water, and my absolute favourite gin, Bombay Sapphire. And it was with utterly no surprise at all that when I sat down and sampled this wonderful concoction, I liked it very much. Next time I visit a Manabar, I think this may very well be the first thing I order for the night. It was superb. Then after the gentle sweetness of Angel Island, I stepped into bolder territory, commanding Tony to prepare for me the manly-sounding Breath of Fire. 42 Below vodka meets a mouth-warming serve of freshly pulverized ginger root, a slug of Tabasco sauce, some ginger beer to complement them, and a squeeze of lime to give it a little fresh zing. Much like the Ocarina of Lime, at any other time, seeing this type of combination on a menu probably wouldn't entice me, but I was on a mission to run the complete list, and so it was made so. The Breath of Fire was, well, the only word for it I have is fascinating. I drank sip after sip, small chunks of ginger zipping up my straw. At first the drink tastes unremarkable, an obvious ginger tang thanks to the ginger beer, but a few moments after you swallow, the Tabasco and raw ginger start doing their job and you feel a warmth spread from the back of your palate. The physical sensation of drinking it was more fascinating than the mere flavour of it. Next up, the Princess Peach. I'd deliberately left this one till last, just in case the Breath of Fire was more severe than I had anticipated and needed something to quell my burning mouth. I didn't really, but I'm glad I left it for last anyway. Once more, we see my old friend Bombay Sapphire Gin. It meets lemon juice, Australian peaches pounded into a mash with a splash of peach liqueur with sparkling water to liven it all up, and make sure it can actually flow up a straw, I guess. And let me tell you folk, this was beyond delicious. This went through delicious, out the other side delicious, and entered a universe made out of pure yumminess. I enjoyed this even more than the Angel Island. My favourite gin and one of my favourite soft fruits. It was a joy, a simple, pure joy, a sweet joy of a drink. I don't care if it's not the most manly of drinks to order. I don't care if you have to ask for a drink called Princess. Just order it and thank me later by buying me one of these. The entire cocktail list was astonishingly good. I have never been to a bar anywhere that had such a collection of consistently awesome specialty drinks, but my job was only half done. For now that my mighty alcohol processing systems were primed, it was time for the shots. Red versus blue came first, a carefully layered shot of blue Curacao floating over something called De Kuyper Sour Grapefruit and Raspberry Cordial. I think the only thing I need to tell you about this one were my exact words to Tony the bartender moments after downing the shot, and they were, "That, Tony, is spectacular." Next up came the Purple Tentacle. Passion fruit vodka meets apple schnapps and grenadine in an ice-cold shot glass. It was sweet and slightly thick and filled my palate with that joyful taste sensation of summer fruits. I think I could have easily downed a dozen of these without even thinking twice, but there was a job to be done. So next on my list was the Imp. As you may imagine from the unique shot glass that was served in, this dark concoction, from which even light cannot escape, was named for the imps that feature in zero punctuation videos produced by Yahtzee, who, as I mentioned before, is one of the owners. It was a pungent, deep, licorice-flavoured drink that went down easily, but left you with the distinct impression that it has a deep intent to kick the back of your eyeballs in when you least expect it. From thick and dark to light and fluffy came the Cloud Strife. This shot proved to be pretty much the precise opposite of the Imp experience. Tequila, lime, triple sec and mandarin schnapps shaken together into a frothy, light and slightly tangy taste sensation, just on this side of sour. It felt much more gentle than a shot really should, almost soothing, and it's another one of the selection I know I'll be returning to. With a name that may as well serve as a public health warning, next up came the Shambler. Bourbon, Southern Comfort and some acid, brutally harnessed and forced to exist in a tall shotty for as long as the glass would hold it, an angry drink to make a man growl with pleasure after he drowns it. Actually, it was bloody delicious and just my kind of shot. At least I thought so, until I ordered the Finish Him. A drink that carries a command for brutal death in its very name. 42 below vodka, the blood of a tomato, garlic, salt, pepper, and Tabasco sauce combine to present a blood-red drink that's furious at the world and demands a tribute to violent, brutal death. This, gentle viewer, this astonishing concoction, this snarling glass of liquid fury, is the most awesome shot I have ever tasted in my entire life. And I'm a man who's done more than a few shots. It goes down smooth, the vodka and tomato filling your mouth with a gentle, welcoming warmth. You swallow and think to yourself, hey, that's pretty damn good. And then, after performing the requisite sequence of button presses, the finishing move comes up and the true power of the drink claws its way back up, hitting you with the full awesomeness. A fellow drinker saw me enjoy this drink. He saw me swallow, then, after a few quiet approving nods for the initial impression, my face exploded with a pure joy and a laugh. Well, more of a cackle, really. It had an edge of mania to it, at least. He reacted to my reaction by asking Tony for one of what he just had. I watched as he drank it. He nodded the nod of a man saying, "Not bad." I told him to wait for it. He did. And then his face, too, exploded with surprised joy at this physics-defying drink. Do not go to the Manabar without ordering at least one of these. However, the finish him did not finish me. There was one drink I had skipped over on the menu. It's called the Choco Island. I had skipped it because the bar was out of the whipped cream that usually tops this unusual shot. But for the sake of being able to say I tried it all at the Manabar, I asked Tony to serve me one without the cream. Hennessy cognac and dark cacao meet in a chocolatey sensation, the likes of which I'd never tasted before. But one more experience not to be missed at the Manabar. Having now completed my journey down both specialty menus at the Brisbane Manabar, I promptly ordered another finish him and asked Tony to hit me with some of his favourites, which he did, including a truly delicious Southside. I forget what this one was called, but it was spectacular. And something here with an astonishing slow gin. Then I introduced some friends to one more round of finish hims. And then the bar closed. We wandered to another bar nearby, ordered some comparatively uninteresting beers, listened to some pretty good live music, and then things got all wobbly and I woke up with a hangover. Massive props to the Manabar. It is a truly awesome experience with great people, fantastic drinks, which I should point out were all designed by Shay here. And I hope once they get the Melbourne one open, which I hope to attend the opening of, that they get going on a Sydney one as soon as possible. Hopefully within shambling distance of my apartment so I can spend taxi fare on drinks instead. That was the Manabar. I am Blunty. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.